Today we shall study about electrostatic. In the electrostatic, we study about Coulomb's law. Coulomb measured the force between 2-point charges and found that it varied inversely as the square of the distance between the charges and was directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of the two charges and acted along the line joining the two charges. Thus, if 2-point charges Q1, Q2 are separated by a distance r in vacuum, the magnitude of the force F between them is given by F barabar K Q1 Q2 mod Q1 Q2 by R square. Coulomb used a torsion balance for measuring the force between two charged metallic spheres. The charged sphere may be regarded as point charges. The value of K is arbitrary. We can choose any positive value of K. The choice of K determines the size of the unit of charge. In SI unit, the value of K is 9 × 10 to the power 9. The unit of charge is called Coulomb in SI units. The unit of charge is called state Coulomb or electrostatic unit in CGS unit. One Coulomb barabar 3 × 10 to the power 9 is. For definition of Coulomb, we consider Q1 barabar Q2 barabar 1 Coulomb, R barabar 1 meter. So F barabar 9 × 10 to the power 9 Newton. Thus, 1 Coulomb is the charge that when placed at a distance of 1 meter from another charge of the same magnitude in vacuum experiences an electrical force of repulsion of magnitude 9 × 10 to the power 9. In practice in electrostatics, one uses a smaller 1 millicoulomb or 1 microcoulomb. K बराबर 1/4 pi epsilon naught, इसलिए F बराबर 1/4 pi epsilon naught mod Q1 Q2 बटा R स्क्वायर बटा R स्क्वायर. Q1 Q2 bata R square. Epsilon naught is called the permittivity of free space. Epsilon naught in SI unit is epsilon naught barabar 8.854 × 10 to the power -12 Coulomb square Newton -1 meter -2. For multiple charges, as shown in the figure, charges Q1, Q2 at distance from O R1, R2. So the force is a vector quantity, इसलिए R21 बराबर R2 minus R1, R12 बराबर R1 minus R2, इसलिए यूनिट वेक्टर R21 बराबर वेक्टर R21 बटा मॉड R21, वेक्टर R12 बराबर वेक्टर R12 बटा मॉड R12, इसलिए F21 बराबर 1/4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 बटा R21 स्क्वायर और बराबर R21 स्क्वायर है ना इंटू यूनिट वेक्टर R21. सो F21 बराबर 1/4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 बटा R12 स्क्वायर इंटू R12 यूनिट वेक्टर और F12 minus. Thus, the force is equal but opposite in direction. Coulomb's law agrees with Newton's third law. Coulomb's law gives the force between two charges Q1 and Q2 in vacuum forces between multiple charges as shown in the figure. Q1, Q2, Q3 at R1, R2, R3. The force is shown by F12, F13, and resultant force is shown by F1. So, by principle of superposition, force on any charge due to a number of other charges is the vector sum of all the forces on that charge due to other charges. Taken one at a time, the individual forces are unaffected due to the presence of other charges. It is called principle of superposition. We consider a system of charges Q1, Q2 and Q3. So the forces F12 1 watt 4 pi epsilon naught, Q1, Q2 watt R12 square, R12 unit vector, F13 1 watt 4 pi epsilon naught, Q1, Q3 but R13 का whole square, R13 unit vector. इसलिए बराबर F12 plus F13 बराबर 1 वाट 4 pi epsilon naught, Q1, Q2 बटा R12 square, R12 unit vector plus 1 वाट 4 pi epsilon naught, Q1, Q3 बटा R13 square, R13 unit vector. For n charges, F1 बराबर F12 plus F13 plus F1n. Thus, F1 बराबर Q1 बटा 4 pi epsilon naught summation Qi बटा R1 I square into unit vector R 1i, I barabar and I barabar 2 to n. Thus, the vector sum is obtained. Thus, the vector sum is obtained as used by the parallelogram law of addition of vectors. All of the electrostatics is basically a consequence of Coulomb's law and superposition principle. Now, the electric field. Let us consider a point charge Q placed in a vacuum at the origin O as shown in the figure AB. If we place another point charge Q at a point P where OP barabar R, then the charge Q will be exert a force on Q. For Coulomb's law, the charge Q produces an electric field everywhere in the surrounding. When another charge is brought at some point P, the field there acts on it and produces a force. The electric field is produced by the charge Q at a point R given as E बराबर 1 बटा 4 pi epsilon naught Q बटा R square unit vector R बराबर 1 बटा 4 pi epsilon naught Q बटा R square unit vector R, where unit vector R बराबर vector R बटा mod R is a unit vector from the origin at 2 point R. The word field signifies how some distributed quantity varies with position. The effect of the charge has been incorporated in the existence of the electric field. We obtain the force F exerted by a charge Q on a charge Q as F बराबर 1 बटा 4 pi epsilon naught Q बटा R square into unit vector R. Note that the charge Q also exerts an equal and opposite force on the charge Q. The electrostatic force between the charges Q and Q can be looked upon as an interaction between charge Q and the vector R. It experiences a force F equal to the charge Q multiplied by the electric field E at the location of Q. Thus, F बराबर QE. ऐसा unit of electric field is Newton per Coulomb.